Yes.
And
Yeah. So what was your initial reason of transferring from LV to Espehasi here? Do you remember why?
oh, I did not see this one coming. Well, LV is a very special place for me because I did all my internship there and I taught there. I met my first ever students there. We're really close. I met lots of good friends there. But also I wanted to move to Sentul because one, my grandma lived just nearby in Bogor, just only like 15, 20 minutes away from school. And then also there is the dorm, which is very exciting for me because as a single woman and I'm an extrovert, I teach the Bible, I really love to interact with students, right? And that's what I feel like missing, that I think I could have done more. And because the Central School here has a dorm, I feel like, well, that's just perfect, right? I'm just gonna live with them and I can talk to them a lot and I can get to know them better. And I think that's what I really want to do actually. So that's why I moved. So I can be near students all the time. That's creepy, I know, but
So what do you usually do during your free time with all these students when you're in the
with
dorm?
all the here in the dorm, ooh, we have lots of activities in Behaha actually. The students really like playing sports. They like playing badminton, or we swim, or go to the gym, the fitness center, right? Or sometimes we also watch movies. We play games. I have a specific group called the Splendor Gang. We really like to play this board game called Splendor. You probably don't know what it is. Maybe you know, yeah. But we like to play that game a lot. Or I have some girls who like to do home concert. We would sing lots of songs together, and that's just precious. Yeah. And in the mornings, at 6 a.m., I will go around their rooms and wake them up, and I see them still in their pajamas, still in their like, no, nah. Good morning. No. And
Yes.
that's really precious because I don't get to do that in other profession, I think.
Yes, definitely, definitely. So aside from that, like what do you like to do for your own personal free time? Maybe say if it's
But,
summer break, or maybe since now we have Christmas break coming up, like do you have any plans?
well, you know what? I'm gonna keep up with my reading. I'm a nerd. So I already bought a couple of books that I look forward to read. And then I'm gonna go home to Bandung. Yay. And meet a couple of friends. Oh, my high school friends actually. We
Mhm.
already set a date that we're gonna meet. Yes. And also I'm gonna meet some friends from church. Yeah. Well, and spend more time with family. That's just the best part.
Yeah, that's very fun. Very sounds very fun. Yeah. So what are these some of these books? I'm curious that you've brought.
I really love this one Indonesian writer. Her name is D. Lestari, and she wrote amazing, amazing books that I actually read all of her books already. And her newest book series is called Rapi Jali. Okay. So it's in Bahasa and it is telling a story about high school students actually. So I think you guys can read that. You should read that. So just a bunch of high school kids, they made a band, and then there are also some love life, some drama, some family drama. So it's pretty intriguing. I think you should read that too. So the third and final book is coming up in December. And yeah, I'm looking forward to read that one. And then what else? Oh, I'm gonna reread Harry Potter, of course. That's like when you have nothing else to read, you read that one. Yeah. And then I have some books from Philip Yancey. He's a Christian author that I need to start reading again.
All of books.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lots of.
Yeah, and I definitely reread Harry Potter too. So that's something we have in common. And aside from reading book, do you have any other hobbies? Is there something else you enjoy doing other than sports and reading?
I really enjoy. Well, Christmas break is different than summer break. Like the activity is different. So in Christmas break, I would be with my family more, right? Because it's only like 2 weeks break, and then everyone's also in holiday. So as a family, we really like to play music together. So my family is a very musical family. We like to just play like a DVD of someone's concert and we watch together, or we would just jam together. My dad would play the drum, my brother would play the piano. He's very, very talented. And I would just be there, probably singing or play the guitar because I'm the least talented among all of them, which is embarrassing, but it's okay. But it's fun. And then my mom is an excellent, excellent singer. So it's really fun. And then if I have my cousins, we would also, yeah, just try out sing random songs. We would cover so many songs together. But we never publish it because embarrassing.
I also recently discovered that you do travel quite often. Is that true? Yes, you do.
Yes, yes. I love traveling.
So I heard that you like to travel, and yeah, you also said so in your introduction in the beginning of this year, if I remember correctly. What is your favorite country? Like, where was your favorite place to go?
My favorite place to go, my grandma's house. Oh, just kidding. That's what I would say when I was a kid. Where's your favorite place to go? Grandma's house. But now I think I would say my favorite place to go is, there are two, either Singapore or Labuan Bajo. So I really love Singapore because it's near, but then it's like a completely different world, right? It
Yes.
has lots of foods, easy transportation access. Lots of time there would be awesome concerts there, like ballet or choir or theater, musicals, right? So yeah, and good food, good food, good food. Yeah. And it's easy. Like they speak English, Singlish, yes, but I still can understand, right? And if I'm stuck, I can like speak Bahasa and somehow they still kind of get it, right? So that was good. Actually, when I turned, how old was I? When I turned 22, I think, or 21, I traveled to Singapore alone for my birthday weekend. Like that was my first time traveling by myself to a different country and just spend the whole time there by myself. And it was so fun. And my mom was like, "Hey, so you're going to Singapore alone? Do you even know the language?" I'm like, "Okay, mom, but is there like a specific language in Singapore?" All right, they speak English. That's fine. And then I love Labuan Bajo because the beach is very good and good hiking, good beaches options, and you get to see komodo, you get to see awesome stingrays. It's pretty cool, yeah. And if you go to the bigger island, you go to Nusa Tenggara, you get to see different awesome mountains. Like, wow, it left my brain. I think you get to see Danau Kelimutu and yeah, other places. They're cool, cool places.
The I heard that the Labuan Bajo views are really, really cool. Yeah. So among like all the countries or anywhere you've been to, like if you could become a country, which one would you be and why?
Ay, ay, ay. I feel like I'm betraying my own country here. Charlene, I would easily be Switzerland because it has two things that I love. One, it has good chocolate, right? Switzerland and their chocolate. Oh, yeah. My uncle used to live in Switzerland, and every time he comes back, he would bring us tons of chocolate. And I'm like, I love you. I love you. Yes, good chocolates. And number two, they also have a very, very legendary tennis player. Of course, Ibu Yemima would talk about tennis, right? So there's this legendary tennis player named Roger Federer, and he's from Swiss. And I feel like it would be really cool if you live in the country where the GOAT lived, the GOAT, the greatest of all time tennis player lives. That's like big pride. Yeah. So yeah, I think I would want to be Switzerland. Chocolate and Federer.
Yes. So I heard, well, we can tell now that you really, really love sports. Is there a particular sport that you really like or really enjoy doing? Like, what's your favorite sport?
Okay. Here's my relationship with sports. Okay. I love watching sports. I know how to do sports. However, my body doesn't do sports. So like I know in my brain, but if you make me like go on court and play, I'm miserable at it, right? Yeah, that's why I'm a coach. Oh, I'm not as good in coaching too, but like I love seeing people play, right? But my favorite one to watch is, well, tennis, right? I really love watching tennis. And in summer, there are three main events. There's Wimbledon and French Open, actually French Open first and Wimbledon, and then US Open. And they're in summer, and actually US Open would be in August. School would start already. But like I would make sure I watched them. And then, yeah, I love tennis. My family plays a lot of tennis. It's like the one of the two sports we had to learn as a kid. The other one is swimming. Yeah. So, oh, I love swimming too, actually. Yeah, I swim here. If I can, I would swim every Sunday. Yeah, it's really good for your body because it's not as tiring, and being in the water is very soothing. And tennis, I love playing tennis, but I'm not good at it.
Wow. It's
Yeah,
Tennis is a pretty fun game, even if I myself am not really good at it. Pretty much enjoy doing it too. Yes.
right.
So now that we've already got to know a little bit about you and what you like to do, uh, as I've mentioned previously, the senior school has submitted some of their own questions that they would like you to answer, right? So the first one would be, this is really interesting. If you were
Mm.
told that your future self made a big mistake, what mistake do you think it would be and why?
It is difficult and deep and dark. Um, Maybe I do something out of emotions only. Like, for example, maybe I decided to change career just because of, yeah, I'm so tired. I don't like teaching anymore. And then I changed career and then I regretted it. That might happen.
That's-
Yeah.
Yes, I feel like emotions really do cause us to make sudden and very
Sharp,
spontaneous choices.
right? Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. And the second one, what is three core characteristics you look for in a friend, basically?
Well, one, this person needs to have, well, they have to love Jesus, right? I think that's very important for me. Even in friendship, yeah, good friendship comes when you're both centered in Jesus and you, yeah, and then everything else comes along. And then I also would like someone who loves learning. So learning doesn't have to be like, oh, this person loves math so much. Well, that's good, right? But just if someone likes to like continue improving themselves, that'd be good. So they're not stagnant in this stage, but they want to always improve. That's very important for me. And then maybe the last one would be someone who is very, well, not very, someone who's cool headed, because I'm rather emotional. I'm rather, you know me, right? Uh, big. And then I would want a friend who's like, hey, chill. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's, slow things down. Yeah, because I think that would balance our friendship. Because if this person is way too chill, and then I'll be there to be like, bruh, no, let's not chill. Yeah. So to find that balance too, that would be great. Well, and if I can, maybe, only three, right? If I can have a musical friend or a athletic friend, that would be so awesome. Or friends who love to travel. Okay, no more than three.
Yes, I think yeah, common interest, that's really important too.
Mhm, mhm.
Mhm. Yes, the next question is actually also a message. So this person who is, I have to keep this anonymous. So one of the things that I like about Ibu Yem is just how joyful and excited she looks every time. And this person asks, how do you do that? Ibu?
Well, this person clearly never saw me before I have my coffee. Because before I have my coffee, I'll be a little grumpy and a little woozy. Actually, that's a really good question. Well, one, that's also my character trait. I'm rather cheerful, rather that. But the main thing is that when you find, when you're really secure about who you are, when you're content about who you are, about what you're doing, that will bring you lots of joy. And for me personally, I find that contentment knowing that the Lord has already, the Lord is enough for me, that I don't need to do anything else. I don't need to prove myself to people. I don't need to please anyone really, right? I mean, I still want to do my best to teach my students. I want to be the best, not the best. I want to be a very good teacher. I want to be a good employer. I want to be a good child to my parents. But um, besides that, um, like I don't really need to like please anybody else besides the Lord. And guess what? The Lord already loves me so much. I know that even though I'm very, very broken and I'm a terrible human being, right? If you actually know me. Well, we're all terrible human beings, but the Lord already loves me and that's enough. So knowing that your security is not in you, but in the Lord, your identity is in the Lord, and it's enough, that brings me joy.
Yeah, very good point. I agree. Yes. There's no one else you have to please more than God. Yep.
True, yeah. Oh, one more thing though, get enough sleep. I love my sleep. If I don't get my sleep, I'll be grumpy. So make sure you rest because, yeah, when you lack sleep, won't be fun.
I guess that's a problem that I know some people watching would have,
Like,
sleeping late, sometimes doing it on purpose.
I
Yes.
know.
And then the next, yes, question is describe yourself in 5 words.
Number one, I'm joyful. You already mentioned that, right? I'm also ambitious. I really want to get things done. I always want to like be organized, do good job. What else? I'm musical. Yeah. I really like to sing. I play lots of instruments and I listen to songs every day, all day. Basically, my Spotify is like my best friend. Um, and then what else? I am um 5 words. I am loved. I know because I know, well, the Lord loves me. I'm loved by my family, by my friends, by my students, hopefully. Wink, wink. Um, and then last one, I am, what else? What else, Charlene? Um, but still I'm broken, right? There
Everyone
are
knows.
other things still I need to fix with myself.
My Spotify is also my best friend. I spend like, yes, yeah, I spend like 10 hours a day on it. Yeah, what
I
type,
spent what?
sorry, what type of music do you listen to, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I listen to various kind of music, but the one I always listen to, well, I guess it also depends on my mood though. I listen to lots of Broadway songs,
Mm.
broad songs like songs from Into the Woods, songs from Dear Evan Hansen's Hamilton, all those things. I also listen to lots of Adele and Celine Dion. You know, when you're full of feelings, you listen to love songs. you. But then I also always listen to Christian songs because they ground me down. They help me calm myself and re refocus, recenter myself to the Lord. Yeah.
The next question, since I know some people here watching would probably be struggling with math, and when you meet someone who says they like math, the first thing you ask or first thing you wonder is, why do you like math? Yeah.
Yeah, why do I like math? I can tell you a funny story first, actually. When I was in grade six, okay, grade six, I was always kicked out of my math class. Why? Because every time my teacher tells us something and then give us the worksheet, I would work on it very easily and then I'll be done. Okay. And then I'll be done like the first one in class. And if I'm done, of course, I'll get bored, right? Because there is nothing else to do. So what will I do? I will annoy my friends, right? So instead of being a distraction in class, my teacher would be like, well, Yemima, you can just leave the class and play in the playground or like play in front of the class. So I was always kicked out from my math class. But then, yeah. So why do I love math? I don't know. Maybe it's because it's very concrete. Like you do this steps and then you get the answer, right? It's yeah, it's concrete. It's not big. Well, maths are big too because there are different different maths. There's calculus, there's all those things. Yeah, I just love it. It's like solving problems. Like you're a detective. And then when I was in grade two, when we start learning multiplication, my mom was so mean to me. She's like, she wouldn't let me go if I can answer her question. Like, what is 2 times 3? I'm like, 5, 8, no, 6. I remember there was this one day I could not sleep until like so late because I did not know how to answer 7 times 8. Like that was a miserable day because she wouldn't let me like do it on paper. She wants me to remember it up here, and I cannot. It's like, what's 7 times 8? Oh no, and I can't sleep. And then in the end, I remember, oh, it's 56. And then I sleep. So yeah, lots of training, lots of practice, but I love it. It's very concrete. It's satisfying.
Yes, that's a very interesting way to interpret math. Could be fun if you make it fun. Yeah, I agree.
Oh,
Yes. So that's all for the questions. And that would conclude our episode for the podcast. Yes. Do you have anything else you'd like to say to the people watching? Any last messages?
to the people watching, maybe you're high school students, right? Most likely, yeah. Um, just remember that you are loved by the Lord, by your family, by your friends. So you're enough with the Lord. If you have the Lord in your heart, there you can find your joy. And if there are lots of insecurities, I know, right? High school, middle school, you're like, oh no, I'm so insecure. It's okay. It's your time to um find out who you are even more. But remember that in the end of the day, your identity is not about what grades you get at school. It's not about how many followers you get in social media. It's not about how beautiful you look like in Instagram standards, but you're precious in the eyes of the Lord, and that's enough. That should bring you joy already. So
I guess that's a really common message, but something people often forget. So, yes, very nice message. It concludes for today's episode. Yes. Thanks for watching to the people who's already stayed to the end. And since quarter break is coming up, I hope everybody and Ibutu has a wonderful holiday, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
bye. Thank you, Charlene.
Thank you to you, Boo.